Tennessee, 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 Tennessee.
Lord, I've really been real stressed, down and out, losing ground. Although I am black and brown, problems got me pessimistic. Brothers and sisters keep messing up. Why does it have to be so damn tough? I don't know where I can go to let these ghosts out of my skull. My grandma passed, my brother's gone. I never at once felt so alone. I know you're supposed to be my steering wheel, not just my spare tire. So Lord, I ask you to be my guiding force and truth. For some strange reason it had to be. He got me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Lord, it's obvious we got a relationship, talking to each other every night and day. Although you're superior over me, we talk to each other in a friendship way. Then out of nowhere, you tell me to break out of the country and into more countries, past Osborne, into Ripley, where the ghost of childhood haunts me. Walk the roads my forefathers walked, climb the trees my forefathers hung from. Ask those trees for all their wisdom. They tell me my ears are so young. Go back to whence you came, my family tree, my family name. For some strange reason it had to be. He guided me to Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
She went down to Holly Springs. Razadon and Baba, they went down to Peachtree. Headliner, I challenge you to a game of horseshoes. A game of horseshoes!
Now I see the importance of history. Why my people be in the mess that they be. Many journeys to freedom made in vain by brothers on the corner playing ghetto games. I ask you, Lord, why you enlighten me without the enlightenment of all my folks. He said, cause I set myself on a quest for truth, and he was there to quench my thirst. But I am still thirsty. Lord, allow me to drink some more. He said what I am searching for are the answers to all which are in front of me. The ultimate truth started to get blurry. For some strange reason it had to be. It was all a dream about Tennessee. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan. Take me to another place. Take me to another land. Make me forget all the hurts me. Let me understand your plan.
Oh, won't you let me? Won't you help me? Won't you help me understand your Take me home, take me home, home. Take me to another place. Take me home.
Tennessee.
Headliner, one game of horseshoes. Now you're gonna be a watermelon. Let's go climb trees and see cool rocks. Do like they do the local board. Speeches here, don't look like the roasted tree the ancestors were on. But that's okay, get it? Because it's down to earth.
Wow.
Tennessee,
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Yo, that's music, Al. That's music right there. We don't got that kind of music no more, man. Where you got bands and real singers. I think I'm gonna make me a band, Al. What you think? I think I'm gonna come up with my own.
No, you are the band. You are the band.
I think I'm gonna
All you
come
gotta
up
do
with-
is sing, man.
I think I'm about to come up with my own Big Rich the Ruler band and start making songs like that, man. What's going on with you, man?
I'm chilling, man. How
Yo,
you
no. I know we got the new setup now and all that. where you got the new mics, they looking sexy up in here, the place is looking crazy. I heard the mics is real crazy, but no, I need you over here. I'm coming. Over here, because you done started some problems with me now. And I need you over here right now. And talk to me now. Yeah, come on over here, yeah. Everybody, if y'all watching us right now, you can watch us on iAccess Radio on YouTube, right? So we can get the bigger picture. I want you to
Mixcloud.
Everything. We on Mixcloud now and all that right now. I think I want to give the people a minute or two to get set up. I want you to name one of the places that you can watch us, and then I'm about to I got to let you have it, yo. You done started some problems in my life, man.
I started problems in your life. I already see what it's going to be.
Yeah.
See, you always come up here, man, with that, yo, somebody this, and come to find out it's you with the issue.
But I'm about to tell you
man.
right now, my issue right now is you right now.
Nah, ain't
my issues right now is you.
Never that.
So let's get this straight right now. So let's let everybody know where they can watch us so we can get the numbers up.
Okay, so what we want y'all to do is go to the iAccess page, www.iaccessradio.com. We want y'all to check us out on Periscope. I'm working on the YouTube right now. Something happened, but it's going to be coming up shortly. And we can also go to Mixcloud.
Mixcloud is something new that we just brought to the table now.
Yeah. That's brand new. That's brand new.
Let's go.
But you can watch us live on Mixcloud at iAccess Broadcast Network Live. Just go to Mixcloud, put in iAccess Broadcast Network, and look for the live shows. Look at the most recent live that just came up. Click on that, and you'll be able to see us.
Okay. So now once again, as we go on, the format is getting much better. We got Mixcloud now. I listen to Mixcloud every time I go down south North Carolina. I listen to the DJs. So now you're trying to tell me that we'll be able to go to Mixcloud and be able to listen to our shows while I'm riding outside?
Absolutely.
That's a great look, yo. That's a great look. Now let's get into the show, yo. Now, one of the things that I'm hating the most, Al, is after every show, we leave the station.
Right.
The next day or two, I get the phone calls from the people who was listening. And the first thing they say was, well, what Al was saying was true. Now, we're going to stop having you going over what I say. When I say something on the Big Rich the Ruler show, that's the bottom line. You come with your own, and then next thing I know, I'm arguing all week long with situations that I said something, and here you come behind me, and you're changing it.
Rich, let me say something to you.
We're not going to be having this, yo.
This is the deal, right? I'm my own person. I have my own opinions, my own mindset.
But God has blessed me.
God has blessed me, right, to be able to give back to the people what he's given unto me. And one of the things that he given me is truth in all of these things. And I'm going to tell the God-given truth on all these areas, man. So if you can't handle it, I'm sorry, bro. You got to find you another line of work, man, because you look like you getting jammed up left and right.
Every time I leave the show or the station, there's some more bull going on. Now, you just made a statement. Now, I want you to make sure that you know what you're saying when you make these statements. You said, it seems like every time I come up here every week and I say something, it's me that I be talking about.
Yeah.
Is that not what you said?
That's what I just said.
Okay, so let's go back to that last situation that we was dealing with last week. So we recapping from last week, all right?
So first, let's put it on the table, man.
I said,
is this about you?
No, it's not about me. If it was about me,
Rich,
I would say,
Rich,
yo,
stop
if
it.
I was to say, if it was
Stop
about
it.
me, wait. It was about the love.
Oh, no.
Yeah, my whistle. Okay, listen. So, the situation that we was talking about last week was a heavy topic. Everybody was talking about it. So I got to recap on it, and let's clear this up right now. Okay, so the situation where the young man didn't want to be in a relationship. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
He told the young lady from the door, we recapping now, because we talked about this last
Okay,
week.
we recap. This is a recap.
Okay, so he told the young lady that he didn't want to be in a relationship.
You sure he told her that?
Told the young lady from the door that he didn't want to be in a relationship. When I got on the phone call, because I was supposed to be the third party, the one who's supposed to clear this up, when I got on the phone, I listened to both sides, and I explained to the young lady that if the man's telling you from the door that he don't want to be in a relationship, then you should respect what he says, right? Then she gets to the point where she's saying, well, that's not what I want, okay?
Right.
I want to be in a relationship. I want the whole part of the relationship. I want the physical. I want everything about the relationship. The guy told her from the door that he didn't want to be in a relationship, but if they ever start hanging out and they start getting together, they start going having a good time and stuff like that, and it got to the physical, he told her from the door that that's not what he wanted right now because he had just came out of, other situation. So I came up here and I gave my opinion. I said, well, because he said that he wasn't wrong. You, no homo, let me say this right. You came behind what I said, and then you said, well, if he don't want that, then he shouldn't want the sexual part or none of that. He should just want to be friends.
Absolutely. If
Okay.
he already know what the cost is going to be.
Okay, but now wait a minute now. So he told her from the door that he didn't want a relationship, but if it got to a sexual part, that would be basically on her. I explained it to her the same situation. Look, if the man's telling you that's not what he wants, and y'all get into it and get to it, y'all start hanging out, boom, 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 and it got to a physical, that's not his fault. You came behind and you said, well, then it is his fault because he shouldn't have done it knowing that he didn't want to be in a relationship with him.
Absolutely.
So all week long, I've been going back and forth with women and men. Basically, we've been going back and forth on this situation. We still have not got to the nucleus of the problem. So now I just got to ask you one more time, Al. Why do you say, and I want you to clear it up real good.
There's nothing to clear up.
Wait a minute now. He told her from the door though, Al, I don't want this.
Right.
They start hanging out. They start going out. They start having drinks. They start boom, boom, boom. One thing led to another. It got to the physical part. Now she feels like when it gets to the physical part of the game, that she's in a relationship with this dude. But he told her from the door.
Okay, I'm gonna help you with that.
Talk
Just
to me
like
now.
just like he told her from the door
From the door.
that this is not what he wanted, but she told him from the door that as soon as we sleep together, I'm gonna consider this a relationship. So he has to be accountable and responsible for his own actions. Already knowing what her intentions are, she already let him know. And he still chose to go into that area. So guess what? You get what your hand called for, bruh. It's that simple.
So now,
That's simple.
are you talking to my friend or are you talking to me
I'm
now?
talking.
So you trying to say every
I'm
situation-
talking to whoever it applies to.
Okay.
Whoever it applies to. So if it's you, guess what, Rich?
Don't say it's me because I'll tell you these
You
are my
get what
friends.
your hand called
All right,
for,
well, I'm
bro.
about to cut your hands off. You keep it up.
Get what your hand called
Okay,
for, man.
So let's go to the next topic we're going to talk about.
All right.
Okay, so being a love doctor, I get a lot of situations where it's all relationships. So the young lady, another young lady that we was talking about situations, because I have a line where people can hit me up and discuss their situations and tell us what they want to talk about. So one young lady, I got two good topics coming up right now. I got two. This one young lady was comparing the relationships from when her parents were growing up,
Mm-hmm.
their parents,
Okay.
to the relationships now. Okay. My thing is, I try to explain to them, back then, women wasn't as independent as they are now. Are you with me on this?
I'm with you.
So, at that time, back, say 30, 40, 50 years ago, men basically ran the house because he was the provider. Women took care of the house, but men was the provider more back then than now. Right?
Well,
Wait, now let me finish.
okay, go ahead.
So I'm telling her the reasons that the relationships are not the same anymore is because women are more independent. They don't want the whole relationship now. They rather be with somebody here and there, boom, boom, keep it moving, getting their money, moving on. There's not too many people out here that's desiring a relationship. I want a relationship now. This is what I want. So I was explaining to her the difference between then and now is that back then, it was more of the man being the provider. He's the one who, basically, who runs the financial part and the stability part of the members of the family. But the mother was the one who kept the families together.
Right, right.
Are you together with me on this?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so
absolutely.
so now, being saying, what is the difference between then and now?
Well, again, we have to go back to the late 50s, early 60s, where corporate America
Right.
started this, how would I say, the black community husband and wife racism. That's how I'm gonna put it out there.
Okay.
So what they were doing is they weren't giving the black men the jobs, right? But the black women were able to go down and get those same jobs that the black men used to have. So, and then it got to a point where there was this mental mindset that was established where a woman felt like, oh, if I gotta be at home, cleaning the home, and then get my own job, and my man can't find a job, then I don't need him.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So when that comes into play and they start with their little, how would I say, their gatherings as women, and they're talking about the things that they're going through and what they're dealing with, now the word spreads, right?
Okay.
And all these women feel like, okay, now we are forced to be independent women because our men are no longer in our homes covering us the way they used to cover us, take care of us the way they used to take care of us. So we have to go out there and do all these things on our own.
Okay.
After a while, that thing turns to resentment.
Okay.
And that resentment turns to bitterness, right? And once the bitterness comes into play, now we have a situation where that man and woman can no longer coexist in the same environment,
Okay.
right? So because they can't coexist, she's got the upper hand because she knows that more than likely she can go get a job before he can get one.
Okay.
So what does a man do? He turns to things like drinking, drugs, out there in the street, not coming home. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So now there's a dynamic that men ain't no good,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So again, we got to remember all the years that it took for this stuff where it started and how it was built up.
Okay.
So now the impression that women has of our brothers and men out there is that a lot of times they don't have a regular job, that they ain't no good.
Okay.
If they ain't striving to do something, or if they ain't taking care of their family, or ain't taking care of their kids, they ain't no good.
Okay.
Right? So now we have to deal with that backlash today.
Okay.
And a lot of those women who were raised by the different generations that came after that, their mothers are telling them, look, don't depend on a man.
Okay.
Right? Find your own way.
All right.
Get your own education. Get your own business. Get your own job. Get your own apartment. That way you don't have to rely on them, because that way if he cheat on you or he doesn't do the right thing by you, then you'll know you're already set up to do what you need to do, and you don't have to rely on that individual. And that's why I think a lot of the women, that's my own opinion though, that's why I think a lot of the women are in the positions that they're in now, and why they feel the way they feel now, because again of all of this stuff that was placed on our back as men back in the days, and what we're receiving, and how it created a mindset for our community and our people.
Okay, so you don't think that, so you don't think in relationships these days, well, this is what I think that men and women, if they came together, if you made 200,000 and she made 400,000, I mean 200,000, y'all got $400,000 coming in the household, that would be a better household than you over there with your 200, I'm over here with my 200, and we're trying to see who's outdoing each other.
Well, I hear you from a
White people
logical perspective. White
people do it all the time. They might not be happy at home.
Rich,
but they'll put them bills together.
Rich, but you gotta look at the whole dynamic though. Now, when you talk about that, you gotta be able to say that these two individuals are financially sound and know how to utilize their finances properly. Because you can have all the money in the world and be one of those persons who can't save a dime.
Okay.
So what does that do to the relationship?
But Al,
Right? No, so you asked the question, Rich. So my thing is this: if you're in a relationship and y'all got these big salaries, but y'all don't even have a savings, what does that do to the relationship?
But what I'm saying to you is, I think most of the problems that the younger couple are having these days are that they're not putting the money together. They're not.
Rich, whether they put the money together or not, if they don't know how to be financially stable, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care how much money you make. If you don't know how to control your finances, how to spend your money, and if you're not saving money, if you're not doing the right thing by that money, doesn't matter how much money you get. You can have $1 billion. If you spend it all the time and don't save nothing, guess what? You broke.
But if you got this type of money coming in, and like I said, no trying. When I say this, when I say white people, I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
Okay.
But no matter if they're happy at home or no matter what the case may be, they put that money together, they make sure that the house is taken care of, and then they move on to other situations. I believe that our young people these days, they get the money, the first thing they want to do is go buy this kind of car, buy this kind
Right.
of house, boom, boom,
Right.
boom, and they're not coming together. And that's why the relationships these days are not working as well as they are, because of you want to be independent your way, and I want to be independent my way, and we don't come together. If you had a relationship where you and your significant other came together, there could be no mountain that you can't climb. And that's how I look at it.
Okay, and you have a point there to a degree.
Uncle Burn, what up, boy?
Okay, so here's what I'm saying. All right, so let's say you have two people that come together.
Uh-huh.
Neither one of them know how to save a dime or how to utilize that money so they could both be beneficial at the end of the day.
Okay.
And now the argument is created like, okay, who pays what bills? Oh, I thought you was gonna take care of this. Or why don't you have no money if you making this amount of money every week? Okay? And now it affects the relationship. And once it affects the relationship, guess what? They can't coexist in the same environment. They just can't.
Okay.
You know, it's really that simple.
Okay, let's switch topics. Let's go over to Brianna, the young lady who was murdered. They came up with a decision to give her family $12 million, right? Now, I was watching some of the NBA players this morning, was talking about, you know, them trying to buy the family off, giving them $12 million. I want to know, what do you feel about that now? And when you have a situation like that where somebody who was killed and it became a situation where everybody's involved and everybody's seeing it, and then you offer the family a certain amount of money, does that make it go away? How do they they separate that money? I know the kids get a certain half, and I know the parents, but how do they go about that? And the last question I want to ask you is, I know a lot of people say that money can't bring her back, and I understand that, but do you feel that's disrespectful to offer the family $12 million like they did?
Well, see, here's the thing. From the beginning, they didn't want to admit that the law enforcement service did the wrong thing.
Right? That's facts.
Number two, for them to turn around and admit guilt puts them in a bad position. Okay? Number three, they say, okay, whatever we can offer at this point, maybe they'll take it and then this thing will go away. Okay, so again, like you said, nothing can replace a life. No kind of money, I don't care how much it is, can replace a life.
Okay.
But still, it's about the principle and the values of it. So here's the thing, that police force and that government should be coming together with the family and say, how can we provide you guys with the resources and the necessary things to help you, not just you, but the whole community, so that this will never happen again.
Okay.
Okay? And that's what they're not doing. So for them to throw money at them, of course, for somebody who's not used to a lot of money, you know, 12 million might be a lot. Okay? Then others will say, like, it's not enough. Okay? So again, it's really about the individuals and how they perceive that offer. But at the same breath, they have to be able to say, okay, after we receive this money, how do we still change the dynamic of what happened?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. So now, okay, like you said, the NBA players, like the football leagues, they're all, you know, wearing their names on the shirts and their little signs and stuff like that. We know that that's not going to be enough to get us over this hump. From, if they put you up on a stage right now and they said, Al, what you think can make this a better situation, what would you come up with?
Okay, so
Because, all right, I'll just say this. Because they're changing the laws, but the officers are still doing what they want to do. They're still out here grabbing people by the neck. They're still out here throwing people to the floors. So what would you, if you had a chance right now, this is your stage, what would you do to try to make a change in what we're going through right now?
So first and foremost, what I would do is I would put a stop and hold on all arrests for police officers who haven't been trained to properly do it without having to put their hands on somebody.
Okay.
Okay, and then we will focus on the way of life crimes, like the petty crimes and things of that nature. Okay, look at our government and see what we're dealing with right now. So what we would do is start creating police forces within the police force that gives them the ability to go out and communicate and not just formally arrest people because they're committing crimes. Okay? Let's open up community centers where the whole family, the whole community could come together and discuss why these crimes exist and what we can do to change that dynamic. Okay? But the police entities have to be involved. And they have to be able to receive whatever the voice of the people is so that they can make the proper changes. We have to find ways to mitigate and resolve things and not just continually arrest people for what the police think is arrestable offense, okay, and not getting the complete training. And then again, there should be a psychological aspect to this. All police officers should get psychological training and psychological evaluations to make sure that they can handle the blunt of the things that go out there in the street, okay? Because a lot of them, their mindset is not equipped, and they have this fear, and that fear causes them to do things outside of the spectrum of what the regulations and rules call for.
Okay. Now, so besides the training, besides the training, as far as reaching to the communities and speaking more to the leaders and stuff like that, what about the parents? Is it too late? Because back in the day, if you did something, your mother friend can see it down the block.
Right.
And would tell your mother. And you might got a beating when you got there for the lady, and you might got a beating home. That has all changed. Everybody's for themselves now. But when you were saying about reaching out, don't you think if we reached out more to the parents, to bring the parents back into
Well, that's what the community is.
Well,
that's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the parents, the single mothers, the single fathers. I'm talking about those who are out there raising children, those who are out there adopting children. Okay, we got to come together as a community and a village and start raising the village together. Okay, I know when I was coming up in the 60s, I couldn't be on the block. Shut up, man. I couldn't be on the block and do something for somebody else's parent to see me do it and me not get disciplined. You know what I mean? And my mother wasn't going around, oh, why you got to say something to my child? No, you wrong, you dead wrong. It's not happening.
Right.
And when they got done with you, then your parents got to deal with you.
That's what I'm talking about.
You know what I mean?
Been through
we
that.
need to get back to that.
Okay, now with this COVID situation, things are starting to slowly open back up and things like that. They're looking at a second wave. They're saying another wave is coming.
Right.
As far as, like I said, as far as things opening up slowly with this second wave, now a lot of people took a lot of hits. A lot of businesses could not open back up because of the first wave.
Right.
If the second wave hit, do you think we would be financially crushed this time? Because you still have you got the little lounges. A perfect example. Where I used to work at, we have not still opened up yet. We still haven't even thought about putting chairs and stuff on the outside. Financially, I know the owner, he's financially straight where it doesn't affect him. But a lot of people are not financially straight when they open up these businesses.
Right.
Do you think with this second wave that this hit will hit us too hard to the fact that they're not going to be able to open it, and that's when the more crime will, be out here in these streets and things like that? Do you think this second wave will be worse than the first wave financially, and as well as this vaccine? Will you take this vaccine if they gave it to you?
So here it is. Let me answer the first question. So the second wave, it's really about the intelligence of the government where you reside for the second wave. So we're talking about New York. I think we as New Yorkers, we're survivors. Okay, we're champions. We're victorious in everything that we do. So whether it's a second wave, a third wave, a fourth wave, we know how. Once that first initial hit, we know how to adapt to situations and overcome it, so that we can still be productive in everything that we do. Right? So what's the other question?
I said, will the smaller markets, will they be able to uphold? Will this second wave really financially mess us up worse than the first that we had?
So now it comes again with preparation. So again, the government came out with these stimulus packages. They have these grants that you can write for. Businesses were able to get funding for different areas, for different things. Again, if that's still going to be in place, then everybody's going to be all right. They're going to be able to survive. But if the government doesn't help out, if the government doesn't come in and say, okay, this is what we need to do for the community so that we can thrive as the United States government the way we always have, then we're going to have an issue.
Okay.
Okay? We're going to have an issue, you know?
Will you take the vaccine? Right now, if it was, your job is on the line, either take the vaccine or you're out of a job. Will you take the vaccine?
So here's the thing with vaccines. If you remember back in the days they had polio, right? And polio, a lot of people were crippled with polio, right? Until they came out with the vaccine. And once they came out with the vaccine, polio was for years, for centuries, completely unheard of until now, right? Same thing when it comes to chickenpox and measles and things of that nature. You notice that these things are there's a resurgence of it because a lot of parents are like, well, I'm not giving my children vaccines and this, that, and the third.
Okay.
But they don't realize that those vaccines has helped to keep those diseases down.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, I would take it.
Okay.
If it was effective, I would take it.
Now, you made something very clear. Cousin Shell said, hey,
Hey, Cousin Shell, what's
Cousin
going
Shell,
on?
what's going on? Uncle Byrne, what's going on? Deb, how you doing? You made something very clear a couple of months ago when we was talking about these vaccines. You were saying that the harder part of the situation right now, where it's going to really be affecting people, is flu season coming.
Right.
Right. So they're not going to be able to tell if you have the flu or if you have the virus. So now, how will we be able to? Because it's another situation from having the flu or having the virus. So how will you be able to tell if you don't take these measurements of as far as taking these vaccines and stuff like that? How will you be able to tell?
Well, that's what the tests are for. The test can tell you whether you've been
There's
affected
no
or
way
you're
gonna
a carrier.
put something up my nose and be able to tell me if I have a vaccine that's called COVID and we supposed to be good with that. I don't believe that. That's
Well, I'm not
something
saying I
I'm not
believe
good
that
with
the
that.
testing is perfect,
but
they have a way to be able to recognize what type of virus is in your body.
okay.
Okay, so again, once they recognize the type of virus that you have, it's really up to you whether you want to be treated for it or whether you want to just carry that thing until, you know, it kind of subsides or do whatever it needs to do.
Hey Trina, what's going on? Okay, let's get to a relationship. Let's go back to some more relationship. Hey Miss Trina, how you doing? Hey Cousin Shell, Uncle Byrne, what's up? So now let's talk about. We talked about long distance relationships many a times, right? We talked about trust. Trust is in a relationship when it comes to long distance, right?
Right.
We talk about communication. If you're in a relationship and you're not communicating well, a relationship cannot work.
Right. Cannot thrive.
Okay, right now, as far as relationships, Al, and I really want you to tell me your honest opinion on this. Do you think the relationships now are feeling more, or you think that, because women, I'm going on the line and say it, when you're in a relationship with a, man and woman, when it comes to cheating, I feel that women cheat more than men. Oh, shucks, I'm about to start some shit now, right? I'm going to say this. I feel that women cheat more than men because of the attention that men give the women. See, women don't give men as much attention as a man gives a woman. You might be a happily woman at home, right? Come on, Al, get with me on this.
I'm listening.
A happily woman at home. But if you're a beautiful black young lady or even a Spanish or whatever you are, and you're getting 30 and 40 compliments per day, it makes you, it makes you wonder. It makes you think, wow, So that's why I always say that women cheat more than men. Do you agree with me on that? Whoa, I'm about to start something.
No. I'm not going to say that.
You had to go
Listen,
against
man. I
what
can't
was
agree with
saying-
you, Rich. What I'm going to say is this.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to say that women cheat more than men, but they hide it better than men do when they do cheat. Okay, but see, one thing I'm going to tell you about a woman, when she gets to the point that she's cheating, she's not cheating just to get back at you. She's cheating because she's looking for all the things that you can no longer give her. And once she's found that in that other person, you're going to start seeing the sign.
No,
because now she's going to be like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't think this relationship is working. You need to go do something else with yourself. Blase, blase.
Okay, Al.
Yeah.
Listen to what I'm saying to you now.
I heard what you said,
you're
and
not,
I
because-
beg to differ.
Okay.
I beg to differ. No, I don't say women cheat more.
Let me
No.
ask you a question. As you walk the streets per day, right? How many women walk up to you and say, you're very attractive, or something, where it's a line where you know that a woman is trying to get at you?
It's rare.
It's very rare,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's rare.
A very attractive young lady, how many compliments, how many situations like that happens to them per day?
I couldn't tell you. So for a lot of them, none.
You don't think?
For a lot of them, none, and then
Are
others,
you
you know,
kidding
they
me?
get hit on all the time.
I feel that the most important part of cheating is the communication, where a woman is, to me, they're more, let me say the right word. When you're not sure and somebody keeps coming at you, because I always say a pest wins. I'm telling you, if you're a man and you're persistent, you see somebody you like and you're persistent. Oh, I like you, I want to see, and you hear that every day. And this guy, he shows you and he shows you. But your husband at home is not giving you the compliments that you want to hear. He's not, giving you the attention that you want to have. That makes a woman goes out there and does what she does. That's part of cheating. You hear it every day, you see it every day. So that's why I say, to me, women cheat more than men, because of the simple fact that men give more attention than a woman than a woman would give to a man.
Okay, so let me help you with that. Let me help you clean that up. So if you say that women cheat more than men, that means that the man who is approaching a woman, right, has some intention in his heart that he's trying to get with that woman, right? Right?
Okay.
Okay, that means that she can't cheat on her own. So that means there's just as many men out there cheating with women than there is women cheating with men.
Okay, but Al, that goes back to where we started.
No, it's not, because you're
Look.
saying that women cheat more, and I'm saying that no, I beg to differ.
Okay, but
Because a woman can't cheat with a man by herself. There has to be another man involved. And if there's another man involved and she's cheating, guess what? 1 and 1 makes 2, right? That 2 make a whole number. So they're both doing it together. So that's one entity. So there's no more women right there that's cheating more than a man.
well, I'm not a cheater. I'm a one-woman man.
Somebody laughed. They said they beg to differ.
No, I don't cheat. And any relationship that I have been in, every one of them will tell you I don't cheat. When I feel this to the point where it's time for the cheat, get out of here. I don't know. And when it gets to the point where I feel that it's time for me to cheat, to me that's time to leave.
Okay.
You can't be in a relationship and be happy if you cheat.
I got
So when you get to the point where, I feel that when you get to the point you're in a relationship and you have to cheat, it's time for you to have that conversation and say, listen, this is not working. I don't want to cheat on you. Because once again, like I tell you, I don't cheat. Cheating in a relationship, to me, is like one of the biggest sins that before you go in front of him, he's going to judge you for. So cheating in a relationship, to me, is not one of the things that I say that a man should do. But I feel that women cheat more than men. I'm sorry,
that's your
ladies.
own personal
I'm
opinion.
sorry, ladies.
And
I know I'm
again,
gonna catch hell tonight.
It don't add up to me.
It does. It makes
It
a lot
don't
of
add up
sense.
to me. Not
it
to
makes
me.
a lot of sense.
Not to me.
Okay, and like you said, women
I
cheat
know
better.
simple math. I know simple math.
And women-
simple math tells you 1 and 1 is 2.
Ow.
Okay?
Women-
A woman can't cheat by herself and a man can't cheat by
Ow.
himself.
Attention.
Alright.
Women love attention. Like you said, it's very rare.
They do, but I find that more women have more respect for themselves. Okay, they flirt and all that, but that don't mean that they want to sleep with every man that they flirt with.
Okay, Al, you just said a minute ago, it's very rare that a woman walks up to you and says something that makes you feel like she's flirting with you.
Right.
Women get that all day long. Hey, sexy, how you doing? What's good, mom? This, and this. They get that all day long.
Not
that-
all
so that-
women. Not all
Because
women.
they get that, that means that they're gonna cheat.
Yeah,
Already asking the question.
listen, I already
Because
asked him that.
You're trying to convince me,
Uh-huh.
I'm sitting in the sidelines, you're trying to convince me that you're right, but you're wrong, because just because, do you know how many?
Wait. Did she just say I'm wrong?
Yes, you are.
Okay,
Because
open
a lot
up
of-
another
a lot
mic.
of men flirt with
Open up
women.
another mic. I need
You
her
need to come have a seat, sis,
Yes, sis. Come over
so
here.
the people can hear you.
Yeah, we
Because I
need
think
to-
your opinion makes perfect sense.
IXS Radio, what's good? My sister. Well, we got a little argument going on right now. We're not brothers and sisters right now.
It don't matter.
Okay. Let's be clear as on. My sister's show, Lady D, is in the building, and she's begged to differ about me saying what I'm saying. So I'm going to give her an open mic on my show to explain how she feels. What are you saying when I say that women cheat more than men? What do you say behind that?
I'm saying that you're dead wrong on that.
Okay, go
because
ahead.
you're saying based on a nice, attractive woman or female is walking the streets every day, and 10,000 men, say 10,000 men, give her a compliment.
Mm-hmm.
Just because a man gives a woman a compliment don't mean that she wants to sleep with him. Don't mean that she's trying to get with him. Doesn't mean that she's going to cheat on somebody that she has at home just because she's getting compliments. It's like Al said, that a woman...
I don't want to hear like Al said on my show.
Okay.
I don't want to hear like Al said. I just.
Okay, forget about what Al said. This
Okay.
is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
What I'm going to say, the only way that will make a woman cheat on a man is if he's not giving her the attention, he's not treating her the way that she needs to be treated.
Okay. Come closer, sis. No, right there. So when you say come, giving her the attention. So how can you give somebody that attention that they need if you're in a long distance relationship?
Well, long distance relationships don't work.
Okay.
You can't have a long distance relationship and expect neither party to cheat.
Okay.
Because somebody's going to get lonely, somebody's going to want that attention, somebody's going to want that affection. So they're going to seek it somewhere else. So that's why, to me, long distance relationships don't work.
Okay.
However,
However.
you can't say that women cheat more than men, because
I can say what I want to say on the Big Mr. Ruler show.
you damn sure
And I
can.
said it.
But it's not true.
And-
women cheat better because when
that's what it is. Women cheat better.
yes, because when a
When
woman
you have a
is
good
not
man like
getting,
me, when you have a good man like me,
all right, Rich.
when you have a good man like me, why would you want to cheat?
How many women have cheated on you?
Oh, now we're getting personal. Now we got to. This is part of the game where we stop now.
No, we
You
don't
know,
stop
that's
you
a valid
because
question.
you're
asked you a
saying
valid
that
question.
what you're saying is that women cheat more than men.
They do.
So my question to you is, how many women cheated on you to make you feel that way? Because it's not all women, because you
Okay.
haven't been with all
I'll answer
women.
your question. You want to
Go
know?
ahead.
I'll answer your question. If I had 20 relationships in my life,
If you had 20
wait a minute,
relationships.
stop. You're gonna answer. I'm answering your question. You got to slow down.
But don't give me the scenario as
I have
if.
to because I'm going to explain to you.
It's a question where there's either 5, 6, or 7.
I'm going to give you the number now, but I got to explain my situation.
Okay, go ahead.
If I had 20 relationships in my life, I think I've been cheated on 2 times.
Okay, so that justifies for you saying that women cheat more
Because I don't
because
cheat.
it was only 2
But
relationships.
I don't cheat.
It doesn't. It's not about you. It's about the
It's
statement.
fine. You just asked me for
Hello, that was about the question. You answered the question, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the statement that you made is not about you. It's about you saying that women cheat more, and that's not true, because you have some men that cheat on every relationship they've been in,
Well, we're sitting up here at the Big Rich the Ruler show.
regardless of whether it's your show or not.
And I'm talking about, you just asked
It's
me
an
how
open
many-
mic.
So you asked me
So
how
you're
many.
saying 2. You said 2 women out of the 20.
Come on, I don't need you back over here.
Out of the 20 relationships that
Right.
you've been into,
Right.
2 women cheated on you. So that justifies the fact that you're saying that women cheat more. It's not, because only if that was the case, then all 20 women would have cheated on you.
Oh, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to
How do you know?
But anyway,
But how do you know they didn't cheat on you?
No, come on now. Because all right, let me just explain something to you. The 2 women that I felt cheated on me, when I felt that situation was coming on, I was able to sit down with them and say, listen, I'm feeling that something's going on. are you seeing somebody? Are you doing something? And the truth had to come out because I'm a truthful person. The truth, yes, Rich, this what it was, boom, 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 and I found out.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, what was their
Al.
reason for cheating on you? What did they tell you? Why they did it? Because
And
I
both
know
of them-
you
okay.
asked that question.
And both of them was lack of time. We didn't spend enough time together. No, one was we didn't spend enough time together, and one was that we was in a long distance relationship. Like you said, it was a long distance relationship, and she got weak, and something happened. As it happened, she called me and said, listen, I made a mistake. Can you forgive me for this? That's why I asked y'all about a long distance relationship. Can long distance relationship work? Because if I was willing to try another long distance relationship, I felt some way about it. But when you love a person, you try anything.
But how do you love somebody that you don't have physical contact with? And I'm not talking about sex. I'm
Al?
talking about
Your mic is on over there?
every now and
Yeah,
then.
it's on.
Okay.
Every now and
I'm
then,
here.
you might want your man, if this is of the relationship that you're in, you might want your man to touch you, to hold you, to hug you,
Well, then you
to
come
give
over
you a
here. Come a little
kiss.
closer then.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So how do you be in a long distance relationship like that and expect it to work?
Well, I lived in a house where my mother and father was together the whole time I was, growing up. So I've always felt like a man and a woman are supposed to be together. So if you're in a relationship, you're supposed to be able to trust until the point where the person cheats or whatever the case may be. But me, I've always been the type of person that I give the best benefit of the doubt that this is what it is. Being in a long distance relationship, I have done it before. It has worked before. The one person, like I said, that was in a long distance relationship and she cheated. We talked about it. I guess we didn't spend enough time together, like you said. And after we talked about it, we moved on, and we're still friends. The other relationship that cheated, it was a young lady who I was dealing with, and I guess it was early in the relationship, and she dealt with somebody, once again another person, where they came back to me and said, well, listen, boom, I did this. But out of the other 18, I'm good with them. As a matter of fact, I can go to all 20 of them right now, and if I need it, I'm going to get it.
So,
Okay. Here
Big
you go
Rich
with
Cerullo,
oh,
aka
Lord.
the Love Doctor.
The Love Doctor.
You mean to tell me, out of the 50-something years that you've been on this earth,
Yes, ma'am.
you only been in 20 relationships?
20. I want to say less than that. I'm going to say less than that. Relationships.
20 relationships.
Relationships, yes.
That's a lot.
I said less than that.
No, you said 20 relationships.
Okay, 20 relationships is a lot to you?
No.
Okay.
But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So what you been
Okay.
in, but still in all,
Uh-huh.
you're still wrong when you say that women cheat more.
Women do cheat more, like Al said.
No, he didn't say. You said that this is not going to be a show where you say
Yeah, that's true.
what Al said.
Okay.
So
Right,
forget
right.
about what Al said.
That's true. Cause he
okay.
What Al said is that women hide it better.
Okay.
That's what Al said.
And that could be true.
Okay. Now,
But on the flip side to that,
Oh.
a woman is only going to cheat when her man allows her to. When I say
what the
allow,
hell
hold
you mean
on.
allow?
Let me
I gotta take off my shades. I see some answers. I see some. I can't see that far, yo. But go ahead.
When I say allow her to,
Mm-hmm.
that's meaning that he's not giving her the attention that she needs.
Uh-huh.
He's not spending the time with her that she needs to be spent with.
Okay.
He's not doing things with her that people in a relationship should be doing. Life is not always about sex, but there are other things that you can be doing with your woman to make her feel secure, that make her feel like that she's the only one that you want. And if a man is not doing that, then a woman is going to look out there and she's going to find somebody that's going to give her that attention, the affection, and all of that she needs.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Well, that's enough for that, because once again, y'all start putting my life on the line, and then I'm starting to see.
Ain't nobody putting your
Yeah.
life
Yo,
on
you
the
the
line.
one who brought your topics up here.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, I'm starting to see people that I have been in relationships with on the line now, and they got things to say, and they saying, "Tell Al."
Tell them the number to call
No,
in
we
is
not don't do that. We don't do that. We don't do that.
The number to
is
call in.
347-708-0216.
We don't do that on the Big Mr. Ruler show. We don't want no phone calls in here. Not on my show. We don't do that.
Why you
okay?
don't do phone calls?
No, we not doing that. Now, my next question I want to talk to you about, Al, is I got this from a church lady. I need both of y'all opinions on this. From a church lady. So, a church lady hits me up and she says, Big Rich, I need to ask you a question. I'm heavily into, church. I've been a Christian for a long time. I met a young man who I'm really interested in. He told me from the door, here we go, from the door, that he has a big sexual appetite. I don't mind making love to my man when we're together and we have established that we have a relationship. So they are in a relationship. You got me, Al? You with me so far?
Okay.
It's
and
a church
I'm
woman.
shaking my head already.
Here we go.
I'm shaking my head already.
Okay, a church woman who met a young man who has a very big sexual appetite. She don't mind pleasing her man. But now he has her doing things that she wasn't good with doing. Okay. She asked me, love doctor, I want to keep my man. Should I do the things that he asked me to do to keep him, and maybe we can go on and be husband and wife one day? Or should I just explain to him that that's not what I'm into in a relationship? I mean, because we're just in a relationship. Okay, one of the things I'm going to say, she said that one of the things that, she told me 2 examples. I was told I wasn't going to say anything on the radio. Forgive me, but I'm going to tell you. I'm sorry, I got to say it. I got to make the whole picture clear. One of the things that she said that was, she didn't like to go down on men. Right? So if a man didn't go down on her, she wouldn't be as upset because that was something that she hardly ever did growing up. Now it got to the point where that's part of his sexual preference when they get together. She's uncomfortable with it. That was one thing. The second thing that he asked her was to have a threesome. She wasn't good with having threesomes, but she wants to keep her man. What should she do? Now the reason that I took this topic from her and went back and forth with her is because a lot of women are going through this in life right now. So as a male point of view from you, Lady D, your point of view as a woman, and I already gave her my point of view. My point of view, I said, is if you're not comfortable with doing something, no matter how much you love this man, you shouldn't do it. She says that he treats her better than any man that she ever had in her life. So I see a sign of weakness where she wants to do this to keep her man. Now, Al, I'm going to start with you because Lady D, she's going to be long-winded because she's a woman. So let's get with you first. Al, what advice do you get this church lady about sexually pleasing her man on things that she don't want to do?
So first and foremost,
you need to talk a little loud. I can't hear you.
So first and foremost, he came to the table with what his issues were.
Right.
And she still chose to get into a relationship.
Right.
So again, either she wants to please the man totally, knowing what his desires are, or she shouldn't be in the relationship at all. So you can't come in after I say to you, this is what I'm into, and now you want to limit what I'm into. You know what I mean? Again, he has a strong sexual appetite. Then she's got to be willing to say, do I want to be involved in that with other things might come up? Because this is beforehand she decide to say, yes, I want to be in a relationship with you. So he could be asking for threesomes. He could be asking her to do bestiality. He could be asking her for all kinds of stuff. She needs to have that communication where she finds out, well, if you're into these sex, what are you into? And then she can decide after that. But here's the thing, you don't get involved and now you finding out these things, then you saying, well, I'm not really into that, or I'm not really into this, because you already stepped over the threshold.
Okay.
It doesn't make sense. So she didn't take on the responsibility and accountability for her own acts.
Okay, cousin.
Stop playing because I'll burn your lips off right on air and then you won't be able to talk no more ever.
Go ahead.
Okay, first and foremost, if this young lady was heavily into the church, then maybe she should have been seeking for someone that's in the church that has her same morals, principles, and what's the other word you use, Al?
Values.
Values in a relationship. Because if you're in the church and you trying to date somebody that's in the world, that's not going to be a good relationship anyway.
Well,
That's
people in
number
the church do.
We know that, but I'm just speaking. You asked me for my opinion, so I'm just giving you my opinion. Forget about the people in the church, because we already know what they like. However, if you come into the table with your likes and your dislikes and what you want and what you don't want, then there shouldn't be a problem. Because if this is what he told her, if he told her all of these things in the beginning, that I like, you know, for women to go down, I like oral sex, I want to eventually get into a threesome, then if she didn't want to be a part of that, she should have backed off then. However, she stayed and she wanted to do that, so that's what she asked for. Now, should she get involved into a threesome? I don't think so, because I wouldn't do it. But if that's what she wants to do, then that's on her. Threesomes is not something that you get involved in nowadays with COVID going on.
Oh, so it's because of the COVID that you don't want to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
If it wasn't for the COVID, I probably would.
Yeah, you can catch the COVID messing around.
You catch Miss Rona out there.
Well, I just want to say, and I'm serious when I say this, that to me, I really believe that relationships these days are not the same. I mean, as we get, you know, I have a daughter, and I talk to her all the time. I'm telling her the new wave of man right now is definitely not nothing of the wave of man that we was yesteryears. People are in relationships. All right, let me ask you this, Al. I'm gonna turn the camera over there. Al, on a scale of 1 to 10, how important is sex to you?
On a scale of 1 to 10, I would say an 8.
That's very important then.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cousin? On a scale of
I'm gonna go out there and say a 10.
Sex is that important in a
Yes,
relationship?
to me, because in order for me to be stimulated and mentally and physically attracted to someone, it has to be, you know.
Okay. I'm gonna keep my number to myself then. If that's how y'all feel.
Why, you
Because,
was gonna say a 5?
I mean, sex is important in a relationship. It is, but that shouldn't be what your relationship is based
That's
on.
not what we.
That's
That
not
wasn't the
the question
question.
you asked.
Basically, that's what y'all saying.
You
No,
asked how important it
how important it is.
We didn't say that
You
was the
said
basis of the
8.
relationship.
Hold on. You said an 8.
Yes, I did.
So that's very important to you in a relationship.
But that
Rich,
doesn't
but
mean that's
But
what
that
the
don't
pay-
mean
the-
that if there was no sex, that the relationship couldn't thrive or survive. You just asked me whether it was important in a relationship and what was the number.
Well, I don't think that sex is that important to a relationship where y'all giving them numbers like y'all giving. That's kind of crazy.
No, it's not. It's not that you're saying you asked the question and we answered the question.
So here, let me help you. Let me help
you
you.
can't.
Yeah, help
first
me.
of
Let me
all,
help you.
this
Let me
ain't
help
no-
you.
This ain't no help me out.
Let me help you. Let me help you because you didn't define the question properly. If you had said, would you be able to stay in a relationship if there was no sex, mediocre sex, or once a week, once a month, then that's one thing. But you asked how important sex was in a relationship. I said an 8. That means that whether you're having it once a day, 10 times a year, once every 10 years,
As
when
long
it
as
comes
you're
to the
having it.
sex, well, if it's good, then it's good. Period. That's an 8 for me.
That's an 8 for you. And
Thank you.
It's a 10 for me. If
Wow.
it's good, it's good.
Wow, that's crazy.
And relationships are not solely based on sex. They're based on the communication. It's based on whether that person, like Al said, whether it's once a month, twice a month, 10 times a year.
All right, so if you're in a so back to the young lady in church. You answered and you answered. Okay, so that's going back to if you have a person in a relationship with a heavy sexual appetite and you don't have a heavy sexual appetite, then should you stay? Should you leave? Should you do what they're asking you to do? I mean, what are we doing here?
If you don't have that same drive, no, you can't. Because to me, anybody with a high sex drive, with a very heavy sexual appetite, they can't never be pleased. You can't please them. So even if you're giving it to them 10 times a day, if they want it 10 times a day and then turn around and want it 10 times the next day, that means you're not pleasing them.
Okay.
Well, not really that you're not pleasing
Okay,
them, but
okay,
that
They're not satisfied.
They're not satisfied, but it has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, well,
They just have a strong sexual appetite.
exactly, and
they're looking for it all the time.
they can't be satisfied.
So let me tell you about the young lady that you're talking about. So here's the dude. If he has a strong sexual appetite, and she's not willing to give him what he wants, and he knows you're going to get elsewhere, guess what? He's going to get it elsewhere.
Okay.
So that's what she got to keep in the back of her mind.
Whether she give it to him or not.
So
Or whether she
basically,
wanna be in that
so basically,
relationship or
'cause I know she's watching. Matter of fact, I know she's watching right now. She's watching, and she wanted Al's little opinion because everybody feel that Al's little opinion works on here on this show. I explained to her. I said, "Here we go." I said to her, "I'm going to say this one more time." I said to her, "If that's not what you want to do, then you shouldn't have to do it." But she feels like she loves this guy. She doesn't want to lose this guy, so she's willing to do what he wants sexually.
Rich, I hear you, and that's okay if there wouldn't be repercussions.
Okay.
But there's going to be repercussions. She love him, and then she can't please him sexually at the level that he wants to be pleased, and then he goes out and finds it elsewhere. Now her heart's broken, right?
Okay.
Now she's discouraged, and now the next relationship that she gets into, she ain't going to want to be bothered.
Okay.
So again, she should have refrained from even going that route with him from the door, so she don't have to deal with all the stuff that comes behind it.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So again, it's one thing to tell somebody you don't have to do it, but still, the other party still exists. Now what you gonna do?
All right. So you're trying to tell me from the door when he said, "Listen, I have a heavy sexual appetite." She was supposed to say then and there. You're trying to say that's when she should have said to him, "Well,
Like, I like you, but I'm not ready to go that route just yet." That's just simple.
okay,
It's that simple.
okay,
Basically.
You know?
okay."
And not only that, but at the end of the day, you know, you can't please everybody. And if the person cares about somebody as much as you're not going to have somebody do something that they're uncomfortable with doing.
Okay, okay. Because once again, when I get these questions during the week, I think about the questions I want to ask on the show. But the first thing they say is, "Well, look, if I let you out, if I stop this thing right now and let you see all this is everything is out, I'm not."
I can't help it if people love
Yo.
me because I tell the truth.
Okay,
You
but-
just jealous right now because you supposed to be the love doctor with the PhD, and you back in first grade with it, man. Come on, man. You got to do right
He didn't
by
even
these
say
people,
second
man.
grade. He said first
He
grade.
in first grade. I wanted to go to kindergarten, but
No.
he fell blocks too many times in kindergarten.
Let
You
me-
know what I
So it
mean?
wasn't taking him back.
Yeah.
The last thing I want to talk about with relationship. Oh, and we gotta give Mr. Biggs a shout out. Mr. Biggs from the Sonic Force.
Hey, what's up, Biggs? How you doing?
So Mr.
Peace.
Biggs came out with his own wine.
Yes, yes.
And we're gonna have him up here in a couple of weeks. Have a little sip, little sip off up here. But last
Sip
night,
off.
yeah, a little
Hey.
sip off. But last night, he was on the air live, and he shouted us out, as well as he was playing funk all last night. He had a show of all funk, and I started laughing out because you know
it.
you know what it is about the funk.
You know
what
it.
I mean? Dr. Funkenstein. Okay, we about to get off the air because we got to get ready for the violators in about 10 more minutes. So the last situation I want to talk to you about in relationships. Now, so we recapped about.
I had a question that I had
Oh,
for
you
you.
know what? Is it personally towards me?
No, it's not.
Cousin?
You call me cousin one more time.
Stop.
I'm not playing with you.
All right, go ahead.
It was just a question because since you're the love doctor,
Oh,
right?
let me turn it down. Go ahead.
Since you're the love doctor,
Uh-huh.
you got the PhD and
I got a PhD and LOVE, and they named me the Love Guru.
okay. So, can a person walk away from a relationship loving that other person and be okay with it? Like walk away because things were not working right.
Okay.
Can a person do that?
Okay. Now
Can you walk away from somebody that you really, really, really love?
Now we're asking. This is the question.
I'm asking the love doctor.
You're asking. So now, once again, as the love doctor, I tell people all the time, I live my life through experience. Right? So you're asking me my experience, like can I do that? Have I ever done it before? I have.
Okay.
I can. Because I would rather hurt for a little while than be hurt going through something for the rest of my life.
Okay.
Okay, see, once again, relationships are what you make them, right? I told you, I've been cheated on only 2 times in my life. But out of them 2 relationships, out of the 20, I sat down and spoke to the person where we went wrong, what's going wrong, so we can move forward as friends.
Mm.
So, can you love somebody and walk away? Yes, you can. It's best for you early because once again, when you wait, the longevity behind it, you're going to be getting hurt more and more, and you're still putting up with something that you don't have to deal with. Me, the time that I felt like I walked away from somebody and felt like I still loved them, it hurt. It did. For many years, I went through it, but I'm good now. And the worst part, and the best part about it is that person moved on and had a good life. I moved on and had a good life, and we're still good as friends.
Mm.
To me, I tell women all the time, if I see something going wrong and we're in a relationship, I'd rather fix it then so we can still be friends than to keep it going and become enemies. I don't need no more enemies out here in the street. I need friends. I need people I can talk to. And both of them women that I dealt with, that I felt that, you know, we can still talk to this day. I talk to them. How you doing? How things going? And that's how it's supposed to be. So yes, I have experienced it. I have walked away from somebody that I love, and we're friends. But I'm not going to stick around and just keep being hurt, because what does it do for you? It does nothing for you. But the other person is still, you know, they're still good with what they're doing. So I cannot do that. If I'm in a situation, and I tell women all the time, if you're in a situation and you don't feel that it's healthy for you, then you need to get out then. Don't keep prolonging the agony. Get out. It doesn't help you to keep loving somebody, and they don't, like what's name, like Teddy P said, you gotta love somebody who's gonna love you back. The same way that you love them is the same way they're supposed to love you back. Not no 60-30. No, not no 60-40. It has to be a 50-50 love. And that's what I'm saying on that. Talk to me, Al.
Yeah, so again, man, like I always say,
I need you over here. I need to look at you when I'm talking.
I got to take care of this business over here, man.
Okay,
So,
well, go ahead.
you know, again, we got to be careful in the type of relationships we have and the type of relationships that we get in.
Right.
Again, if you are in love with somebody and you choose to leave before the thing is not over,
Right.
then there's always going to be pain.
Right.
You know, these men out here who claim like they strong and it don't bother them, they need to stop pretending, because that's why women look at us different, because we're not honest about our feelings. Okay, we start being honest about our feelings, then they'll start giving us more respect about who we are and what we go through just as well. You know what I mean? Because we experience the same exact feelings that women do. Okay, they're not the only ones that deal with that. They're not the only ones sitting home crying. They're not the only ones wondering why the relationship didn't work. You know what I mean? So we just got to be honest about that thing. You know what I mean?
So, what made you ask that question, cousin?
What?
Is it somebody that you talk to? Because you have fans too. I know that you have a lot of people, and a lot of people ask you questions. And the best place to ask a question like that about love is on the Love Doctor Show.
No. Well, I have a few people that I know that, you know, are in long-term relationships, and it's kind of hard for them to break away because the love is there. So, you know, that was just a question that I threw out there. Can you, you know, walk away from that? You know, like you say, you live by experience, and that's what I'm, you know, experiencing. That's going around a lot these days. Like a lot of people, you know, like one of the topics that we talked about this earlier on my show, and you know, it is what it is. And how is it that people can marry people and not love them, not be in love with them? Like, or for instance, someone breaks up, and as soon as y'all break up, no sooner than y'all break up, this next person is getting married.
Well, that was something had to be going on. Something was brewing already.
That's what I think.
Not always.
People
People do things on the rebound because they're so hurt. So again, I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Let's say like, okay, a woman broke up with a man. She found out he was cheating on her, and she sat down and had a conversation with another dude. And the dude was like, you know what? If you and I was together, I would never do this to you. Blah, blah, blah. 2-3 weeks go by. They've been hanging out every day now, sharing this conversation. He letting her know that he digs her. He starts giving her the attention. A month later, they get married.
No, Al.
I've seen it
In a
happen
month?
before.
I don't
Yeah, a
give a
month
damn
later,
if it was
yes.
6 months.
It's happened. It's
I
happened.
don't care if it was 6 months later.
Come on, man. It's happened. Let's
Al.
not front. Let's be
Okay.
honest.
All right,
It happens all the
I
time.
understand what you're saying.
It's not understanding. Let's look at the facts.
Okay.
Let's look at the facts. Come on. People
And-
do things when they hurt. People do things when they hurt. Hurt people, and people do things when they hurt. So stop it.
You
Let's be
said hurt
honest.
people.
Hurt people, hurt people.
Wait,
But it sounds like you angry. Are you
Yeah,
angry?
stop it,
No,
y'all.
because you know what I have a problem with is
Oh,
when we
see,
put
he
a
get-
topic
this is
on the
getting serious.
table and we're not totally honest about the truth of it all. What we've seen, what we've experienced, people that we know who have gone through those type of things. Okay? So let's not whitewash it and say, well, it's odd. No, it's not odd because people do it all the time. There's people who will leave one relationship, right, meet somebody the next week and get involved in another relationship. They do it all the time.
Yeah, they do.
Do it all the time.
Yes,
I'm just
they
talking
do.
about let's speak the truth.
Yes,
Well,
they
let's go
do.
back to what I'm saying when I say I speak through experience. When I went through that situation, I was hurt. It didn't take no 6 months. I was hurt for a while, so I couldn't have rushed into no 6 months or anything like that because I was hurt for a while. But as you get stronger and as you get over it, you see better. You see things that you don't. And the next person that you get with, you don't want to see the same signs that you've seen in the last person. So it takes more than a month or 2 or 3 months to say that you're in love with somebody. Yeah, people do it. People do it. There's a show on TV where people got married and don't even see each other. You know what I'm saying?
What is that,
So,
90-day fiance?
all that stuff. But once again, you got to know what's best for you. So if you in a relationship and it's hurting you, and it's time for you to get your ass out. That's just all to it. Because there's no joy in hurt. There ain't no joy in getting your heart broken or anything like that. So if you feel that it's time for you to get your ass out of there, then get out of it. And that's just all to it. And that's just the word from the love doctor. You know what I'm saying? Hey, Big Al.
Yeah.
We about to get up out of here. We about to get ready for the Violators. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'll be back in 2 weeks. I got a special announcement to make right now. Tomorrow, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., Big Rich the Ruler has a new show coming out. We're starting to tape tomorrow.
What's it called? The Baby Love Doctor? I'm back in first grade.
Leak that. We can't leak that because I'm still waiting for my
It's
logo.
called Baby Shark.
Huh? I'm still waiting for my logo. I know you ain't talking.
Baby Shark.
I'm still waiting for my logo, but I know you ain't talking. But we're starting to tape tomorrow the new web series, as well as my new TV show. So everybody stay tuned. We're just gonna keep entertaining y'all. We're just trying to make people happy. The new web series we will be shooting tomorrow from 4 to 7 at one location, and then another location from like 7 to 9. So once again, I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. Y'all get ready for this new Big Rich the Ruler reality show. It's gonna be crazy. I know that y'all had fun watching the last one, and if you didn't watch it, go to YouTube and you'll see the spinoff from Odd Man Out, the series. You have to put Odd Man Out, the series, and then EP is 1 through 5. I started getting new music from a lot of people out in the street, industry people, and I got a major person that's going to be working with me on this. So once again, I just want to thank everybody who's been following Big Rich the Ruler for all the years that I've been in the entertainment field. I want to thank everybody who watches the Big Rich the Ruler show every week. I want to thank the iAccess Radio family, Lady D. Let's be clear. When Lady Grace coming back?
When she's ready to.
Wow, she better bring that on back and up in here. Hey, Big Al, I want to thank you for being a pain in the butt once again another week. And I can't wait to get out of here to get home to read all what these people are saying about Big Al. You got a fan club, yo. It's all right.
I
You
don't-
got offend.
I know people love me because I tell the truth,
Oh,
man, and that's what's
man.
important.
All right, well,
I'm gonna be honest about what's going on out here in society. I ain't gonna sugarcoat it and try to put icing on it the way you do, Big Rich.
yo, we didn't ask you to do all that, yo. I just want you to sign out on the big. And once again, tomorrow from 4 to 9, we will be shooting a new reality show, and we're bringing y'all a lot of more entertainment. And I want to thank y'all for the good topics today. If you're just tuning in, I need you to go back and watch this from the beginning, especially the last. I'm not gonna call no names, but the last person that just tuned in, you know who you are. You are one of the people who need to really go back and really watch what we was just talking about on the Big Rich the Ruler show, relationships and cheating and dealing with people and still being good with them. You really need to go back and watch this. I want to give, I want to say, I got to say one thing. I got to give you some good. Your cousin, he is killing Power. I love the fact they Power. I don't like Power. I don't like, I'm going to keep it 100 with my fans. Since they got rid of Ghost,
Did they get rid of him?
so far he's
Nah, that's not.
I think it's
that's
coming
not what
back.
I'm seeing.
okay.
That's not what I see.
Well, right now, we got to talk about this right quick. We got 5 more minutes, right? We got 5 more minutes?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give my opinion. If you watch Power like I watch Power, the key factor that everybody didn't catch is when that ambulance rolled by, they had Ghost standing up in the ambulance. He watched Tariq walk by. That right there let me know that Ghost is not gone. I feel that the government is hiding Ghost because that's why they stepped
taking
up
my
in
ideas.
episode. Huh?
You taking my idea?
Oh,
I just told you that.
I'm telling you what I'm feeling, and I want you to tell me what you're feeling. I just feel the government is hiding Ghost, and him and Tommy is gonna come back. Now, to make me being a producer, to make that last episode a little bit more, where people would have been like, "Wow," they should have showed Tommy peeking. He should have been there somewhere, because how you gonna have somebody like Ghost with a little funeral like that? Sis, I'm gonna let you talk since you told me I'm taking your ideas. Go ahead.
No, I'm all right.
Go ahead.
I'm all right.
So
You know what I want to tell the people? Go out there and vote. If you're not a
Oh,
registered
Lord.
voter, make sure you go out there and vote. That's it.
Hey, you don't watch Power, do you, Al?
No.
Okay. So do you think Ghost is gone?
No.
Okay. All right, well, next week we'll talk about more about Power. We'll talk about Redman. And I heard Method Man. And I heard that Redman will be playing a part.
Yes, sir.
So
They got my 2 favorites.
And I want to give a special shout out to DJ Kid New. We was talking last week, and he's gonna come up here on bless us, DJing on the iAccess Big Rich the Ruler show in the next couple of weeks. I've been speaking to a lot of DJs. Oh, and Kate, one more thing. Now I gotta say this. This is the last thing I'm saying. Then we get out of here. Once again, if you just tuning in, I need you to go back and watch my show. Hey Teresa, hey Erica, hey Karen, hey Ingrid. Let me see who else is there. I need you to go back and watch this from your girl, Miss Arlene. Hey Ingrid.
Miss Arlene.
What you call her?
Miss Hines.
Miss Hines.
Arlene
Hey, Dee Dee.
Hines.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey Crystal. Hey Cynthia. Who else? Hey Trina. Hey Auntie Sharon. Hey, how you doing? Hey Keisha. Who else? Hey Miss Tammy. I gotta read all these comments when I get home. Hey Sister Paris, how you doing? Hey Paula. I gotta read all these comments when I get home. But if all these comments say Al name, look, I keep saying Al. We gotta get rid of this. What's good, Dee Dee?
You can't get rid of that unless you delete the
Trina,
video.
what's going on? I'm sick of this, yo. Cousin Shell, what's going on? Dexter, what's going on? Miss Dixon, how are you? Once again, I'm tuning out. Get ready for like I said, the new Big Rich the Ruler show coming out. And that's it. Al, you got anything to say before we get out of here?
Peace, love, and blessing.
Peace, love, and hair grease. Hey, Kenya, Cynthia,
He doesn't
Ingrid,
even wear hair grease.
Yvonne. Hey, Miss Yvonne. I just want to thank everybody. Once again, I need y'all to tell a friend to watch the Big Rich the Ruler show. Can you give me all the places right quick?
You can watch it live on Mixcloud at IXS Radio Broadcast Network Live. You can watch us on YouTube. You can watch us on IXSradio.com, and you can also watch us on Periscope.
Okay. Thank y'all for tuning in. Big Rich the Ruler, and I'm out. See you in 2 weeks. Peace.
Choose to live their lives.
Edie, holla at me.